Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is YuGiOh. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Today I've actually got something very special for you. I'm going to share with you guys one of the deck profiles I've been doing. The deck I'm actually working on is a Gizmek deck coming with the new Dawn of Majesty release. We got some really cool new Gizmek cards, starting with the level 1 Gizmakinaba. Allows you to normal summon it, special summon a Gizmek from your hand in defense mode. You can banish it, target one monster, machine, attack equals his own defense, and make it, all of the monsters currently on your field gain attack of the machines with attack equaling their own defense. It's a bit complicated. Feel free to read it. Let me know in the comments if I've made a mistake. I'm not perfect, obviously. The main card of the deck, Gizmek Naganaki, the Sunrise Signaler. He allows you to tribute himself or another monster machine whose attack equals its own defense. Special summon a monster that's a lower level from your deck. This actually allows you to trigger uh, the Festive Fox of Fecundity, using if a monster special summon from the main deck. So it does actually give you that extra element of being able to search. I've seen people side, um, the barrier statues in this because they are attack equal to their own defense, and you would be able to then combo this effect with one of those statues to limit your opponent if they are doing a combo deck, link deck, something like that. There is the Gizmek, excuse me if I butcher this, Taneguku, the Immobile Intellect. This card is normal summoned or special summoned. You can put a machine attack equals their own defense on the top of your deck. Very useful for searching. In this engine that I've built, there's a lot of banishing. You're using Gizmek Orochi, you're using Pot of Desires to banish large amounts of cards. Being able to either get a card like Sunrise Signaler, being able to get another Orochi if you get stuck with a Grenmaju or something in your hand, or being able to search for the Arakami, um, just being able to get your 6 banished cards back to your deck. Just being able to target that, use that is just super useful. Finally, the newest Gizmek would be Gizmek Arakami, the Hailbreaker Hog. If you control a machine whose attack equals own defense, you can special summon from your hand. Very useful, very easy to link summon using him and another Gizmek, and he is just a very easy combo. Going along with that, he has a nice boost ability. You can target a monster, send a card with a lower level, so it has to be a monster with attack equaling their own defense with all of this. But then you can increase the attack of the level. So for an example, if I have another Hailbringer Hog, I can send a level 3 or lower monster with attack equal or on defense, increase his attack by, let's say, 300 if it's a level 3, and he gets a permanent boost. That doesn't say until the end of the turn, that is just times 100. So it's a nice little boost to go along with the Inaba. You can really get some good board control using that. In this deck profile, I've only run 2 Kakus just because I found that to be very playable just in the way it is. Gizmek Okami, the Deluge Dragon, I limit to 1. I'd like maybe to play 2 copies, but at this point I've only made 1. Um, Debatably, one of the big mistakes in this deck that people will fight me on this is the Gizmek Orochi. You're banishing a lot of cards to use that quick effect, but and my argument here is between the Makami, the Necroface, the Sunrise Signaler. You actually are very easily to not only get the cards you need back from the banish pile, but the Necroface and the Makami let you shuffle large amounts of cards back in, and Naganaki lets you target a face down banished machine and add it to your hand when he's banished. So it is very searchable. And when you do end up playing the deck, it just becomes very easy. For an example, with the first 5 cards here. So I mean, I can very instantaneously normal summon, special summon Kaku in defense, link summon for a link Karibo, and then special summon another Kaku. Very strong board, very easy to do just for the first starting hand. Again, little things like Pot of Desires, I can decide to banish 10 and then draw 2. And even with that, I can use the Scrolls of Gizmek Legend. Any Gizmek I play gives it a counter. I can reveal 3, add one of the Gizmeks to my hand, and continue on with the deck. So it is a very, very useful deck, just as far as being able to search, find what you need, and have a lot of control as far as the banish pile. So not something that you would normally expect, or at least not something I've particularly run into. The only other big one that I've thrown in here, which might confuse some people, is the Arch Nemesis Protoss. Cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 monsters with different attributes. The reason I run him is because I do like to use Gizmakinaba, the Gleaming Vanguard, to get multiple summons on the field. And what I often find with this deck, especially if I do go first 5 cards, I can basically play every single card in that opening hand just by normal summon, either Necroface or Grandmaster Diiza, special summon Yada, special summon Hailbreaker Hog, and then I can very easily special summon Protoss, banish the Necroface, and even banish 5 cards face up just to screw over my opponent. So it does have a lot of playability with the Protoss, and the only reason I'm running 3 is there is a large chance that I'm banishing him. This deck runs no traps, so obviously that's fairly normal in the current meta. And then the only other thing I've seen, and this is something that I've just done some studying, all the Crystons are machine tuners, attack equal their own defense. So this is really where I'm getting quite a bit of my combos going, is even if I end up with a dead draw, I do my 5 cards, let's just see if I can get one. It's very hard to get a dead draw in this, but this might not be the best example, excuse me. But even if I get stuck, let's say they negate my Pot of Desires, even though I have to banish 10 as cost. Let's say I have to summon Crystron Quan, I can special summon Hailbreaker Hog and immediately do a level 5. I don't run level 5s synchros in this, but very easily I can do a level 7. I've actually run Samurai Destroyer to special summon a machine. I just was trying to run it very cheaply, and I know there are probably level 7 machines that may run better or may give you a better tactical advantage. Again, please add it to the comments. I'd appreciate any feedback. I am experimenting with this. At this point, I'd very much like to run this at a locals and just see how I do. It's fairly consistent, and overall I'm quite happy with what I've been able to run here. So if you do see any flaws in the deck, if you do see anything that obviously shouldn't be in there, or has you scratching your chin being like, I don't actually think he knows how that works, please let me know. I actually got out of the game maybe 14 years ago, got back into it in the last couple of years, and there is a lot of changes. My last major deck was Crystal Beasts, and I didn't even run Rainbow Dragon at that time, so to give you a reference. So I'd very much like any of your feedback. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will be posting another unboxing video here as soon as I can get another box in my hands, okay? Alright, I really appreciate your time. Stay frosty. This is Ryguy McFly. Have a good night.